One thing life has taught me is this: not every person who enters your life is looking for love. And that is true. Some are looking for solutions to their problems. And if you are not careful, you will mistake dependency for affection. A few years ago, I accompanied my good friend Fred to a wedding. Fred is doing well for himself financially. The kind of guy who doesn't play games when it comes to relationship. In fact, Fred is very, very serious and very, very selective when it comes to relationship. When Fred decides he likes a lady, his mind is already thinking about marriage. That is the kind of person I'm talking about. That day, the wedding was held at a church around Tema Community 25. While the service was going on, I noticed Fred wasn't paying attention to whatever that was going on that day. Few minutes, he would tap me. I thought maybe he wanted water or wanted to leave. Then he pointed one of the praise and worship singers to me. Chale, the lady there, she fine you. The lady could sing, beautiful voice, beautiful smile, beautiful presence. Like when you see the lady, like get on her through. Fred whispered to me. After the service, we are talking to her. I laughed. I knew Fred was already gone. Immediately after the service, we approached her. Fred didn't waste time. No long story. Straight to the point. Hard to get. He introduced himself and they exchanged numbers. He also introduced me to the lady, and the lady said he has seen a couple of my videos on social media. Hey, me Jimmy Ding. Later at the wedding reception, they met again and continued talking. I excused them. When it was time for us to leave, Fred said he wanted to say goodbye to her. Fred disappeared for a long time that I became tired, so I had to wait for Fred to come. Finally, both of them appeared. Fred handed me the keys to his car and asked me to drive. The plan was to drop the lady home. I became their driver that day while the two lovebirds sat behind me. I connected my earbuds because I didn't want to hear their romantic conversation. Once a while, Fred would tap me so that the lady could give me direction. When we finally dropped her off, Fred made a statement that shocked me. He said, "My brother, I'm going to marry this lady." I was like, "Charlie, Tubu, Fred, Knowing Fred, I knew he was serious. That same evening, around 8 p.m., he sent me a WhatsApp message. Things are going well. Monday morning, I called him. Everything sounded perfect. The future looked bright. Then 2 months later, I visited Fred at Ashalibotwe where he lives. The moment I entered his house, I noticed something was wrong. The excitement was gone. The smile was gone. Like I was kind of confused because I knew Fred, and so I asked what happened. Then Fred replied, "My brother, the lady is not correct. I was shocked, So he explained that after several weeks of talking, he visited Becky's family home. He met her mother. The woman received him warmly. Everything looked normal. As a sign of respect, Fred gave the mother 2,000. Chale 2K. Then the woman asked for his number privately. She said she wanted to discuss something important concerning Becky's future and marriage plans. Fred didn't suspect anything. He gladly gave her the number. According to Fred, that evening, while relaxing at home watching Netflix after dinner, his phone rang. It was Becky's mother. She said she had an eye condition and urgently needed surgery. Then she requested a loan of 15,000 cedis. She promised she would pay it back, but she added something strange. "Please don't tell Becky." Fred became uncomfortable because Becky had never mentioned any serious eye problem. He told the woman he would think about it and get back to her the next day. Then the next day, he casually asked Becky whether her mother had any eye condition. Immediately, Becky said no. According to Fred, he was quiet on the phone for some seconds. Then Becky replied, "Oh, I forgot to. My mother had some eye problem and we are trying to find money." And then the story wasn't adding up for Fred. The next morning, before he even woke up, his phone was fully flooded with messages and voice notes from Becky's mother. The pressure was increasing. On his way to work, she called again. Fred told her mother that he would get back to her when he gets to the office. But it seems the woman wanted money. Then something happened that completely changed everything. Fred called Becky again when he got to the office. He asked whether she was alone. Becky said yes. So Fred actually told Becky about the 15,000 that the mother is requesting, and Becky was telling Fred that if you have the means and you can support, please kindly support my mom so that we can go and have the surgery done. Then Fred said goodbye to Becky. So afterwards, he didn't take off his earbuds. They were still intact, and he never ended the call. He was not even paying attention. He heard Becky talking to her mother. The call had not disconnected, and Becky didn't realize Fred was still listening. Then he heard Becky say, "Mommy, why did you ask him directly?" The mother replied, "Because he has money." Then Becky said something that ended the relationship instantly. She said, "If he gives you the money, make sure you give me my share." Charlie. Fred said he sat in silence. No anger, no shouting, no insults, just silence. Because in that moment, he realized something painful. He wasn't being evaluated as a husband. He was being evaluated as an ATM machine. Everything suddenly made sense. The requests, the emergencies, the pressure from Becky every day, the stories, because according to Fred, every single day, Becky has a story. The financial needs was becoming too much. The relationship had become a project. It was a whole project, a big push project. Fred told me he sat in his office for almost an hour thinking. Then he made a decision. He reduced communication gradually. No insults, no drama, no public embarrassment. No, he simply walked away. According to Fred, a few weeks later, Becky started asking why he had changed. But by then, it was already over. And that experience taught us a very important lesson. Some people miss good men because they focus too much on what they can get instead of who they have found. There is nothing wrong with receiving help from someone you are dating. Life happens. People support each other. But when every conversation becomes a financial emergency, something is wrong. There is something wrong. Today it is gas. Tomorrow it is rent. The next day it is phone. After that, it's hospital bills. Then school fees. Then another family emergency, and before the relationship even develops, the man is carrying responsibilities he didn't create. Oh man, bro. One thing many people don't realize is that genuine men are not running away from responsibilities. They are running away from exploitation. A wise person looks for character before money, because money can disappear, character remains. And sometimes the greatest relationship mistake is treating a potential husband like a financial institution. Because the same man who could have changed your life may quietly walk away when he realizes you only see his wallet. And remember this, some people lose good partners because they were too busy calculating benefits instead of building connections. And another, the fastest way to kill a genuine love is to turn it into a financial project before it has a chance to grow. Life is funny, you know. Sometimes people spend years praying for the right person. When the right person arrives, they price themselves out of the blessing. Thank you so much for watching the video. My name is Brahima. If you're on YouTube, it's Brahima Studios. If you're on TikTok, it's Brahima. Make sure you like, you follow, you subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.